Welcome to BODS Mayhem Hour, your source for all hard rock, heavy metal, new metal, alternative, punk, horror punk, hardcore, rock, and all local bands, with your host, John the Bod, a.k.a. the Bodfather.
This is the Rhythm Coffin, and you've been listening to BODS Mayhem Hour.
The views and opinions of the guest do not necessarily reflect the views and opinions of BODS Mayhem Radio Network, its staff, affiliates, or sponsors. Parental discretion is advised. Welcome to BODS Mayhem Radio Network.
Hey everybody, welcome to BODS Mayhem Hour. I'm your host, John the Bod, a.k.a. the Bodfather. As always, I'm bringing you guys and gals awesome interviews. Today, it's an honor and a huge privilege to have the Rhythm Coffin on the show. The Rhythm Coffin is, they're releasing their 6th studio recording, Monster on My Back, with 6 new songs, October 1st. Thank God October is just around the corner, because to me, every day's Halloween. It's just not a, it's a holiday. No, it's a lifestyle for me personally. So, also the Rhythm Coffin have released their single Monster Mash, which is featuring Calico Cooper and Davey Suicide, available on all major streaming platforms. Friday, September 13th. Yes, Friday the 13th. And we're going to be talking to these folks about this new EP and plus this new single getting ready to come out. So, how are you guys doing? And please introduce yourself if you do not mind.
Gruesome greetings. This is Gruesome Garrett from the Rhythm Coffin, vocals and guitar. Glad to meet you. Glad to hear you. Glad to be talking about the Monster on My Back EP.
Ghoulish greetings and a hi hello. It's Scary Carrie, Ghoulie Girl Extraordinaire from the Rhythm Coffin, and thank you so much for having us on your show. We're excited to be talking about our new CD. It is, like you said, coming out this Friday, and we're super excited about it.
This is Nightmare Nick, drums and backing vocal, and everybody's already just been saying how excited they are about the new CD, so I feel like would just be repeating myself.
You didn't say how excited you are about the drumming on the new CD.
Yeah.
I'm very proud of it, but I'm sure we'll get a little bit into more of that stuff when we talk. But I'm happy with the job I did, and apparently everybody else is too, because it stayed. So, all right, next up.
Hey y'all, this is Ashes Ashley from the Rhythm Coffin. Ashes, Ashes, we all get down. Very excited to be a part of this podcast. Thank you very much.
Ooh, that's all right.
There you are. Howling in the
I'm
back.
David Russell. I'm the newest member of the Rhythm Coffin. I'm happy to be here and excited to see what's going to happen.
He's on bass and backing vocals for us now.
Absolutely.
When this band was coming together before it was the Rhythm Coffin, was it crucial to be a horror band, and was there ever a thought of just playing other styles of music, or did it just fall into place as being a horror band?
Oh, it was always going to be a horror band. We always had a coffin on stage. Even the name, the Rhythm Coffin, was meant to be music that would be moving in the dark genre. I mean, it's obviously a coffin, but it's still active. So it's got that, it's a long way to go around, but it's meant to be that. We don't think about playing anything else. Anything we do style, we put our spin on it. Like there's a new song coming up called Sleep When I'm Dead. It's got a flavor of reggae to it. With the Sleep When I'm Dead lyrics, it's completely monster rock and roll. So whatever we do is monster rock and roll.
This is the Rhythm Coffin's new 6th studio recording, Monster on My Back, which will be released October 1st. In today's music world, some bands only get to put out an EP or album, then they're done. You guys have put out a lot. How does it feel to still be able to put out music, especially in today's music world the way it is?
We're just thrilled to undeath, quite honestly. I mean, it's we got a good studio in town here. We got Bedrock, LA, where we did our last EP at, the famous Monster I Want to Be. This one, we went back there, same engineer, knocked out some more tunes. It's just you got to keep going. I mean, we love doing it. There's a crowd out here in LA with a certain, the horror crowd, and most towns of any size will have some sort of horror scene where you can get out and do what you want and just, support undead music. It depends on people like us and you, everybody getting out of their grave and having a cool time.
And like LA especially it is like a Halloween town. I've never seen anything like it in any other place in the world, where at least every month there is some sort of haunted, spooky themed event going on, literally every single month of the year, whether it's just a little flea market with some vendors or it's a full-blown parking lot party or something. And with that much of an audience, it's kind of easy to maintain a band like this that has such a theme to it, where it's like, well, this town loves that kind of stuff, so we already have a built-in audience that is going to come out to the shows and buy the music and everything. So it's kind of nice.
Right. I think our music is a breath of fresh air compared to a lot of the things that you hear these days. And we provide a lot of fun.
That's the bottom line. It's just fun.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Each month the rock and roll party's a cool time.
Mm-hmm.
And you're right. There's a lot of stuff that's out there that you have to dig through. And I do it every day because of my podcast. I have to. And, you're right. There's a lot of stuff out there that's fresh that needs to be out there.
Oh, yeah. Definitely.
Absolutely.
And we're not, I don't know, we already said it, but it's fun. It's going back to music being fun. There's nothing depressing in there. There's nothing really angry in there. There's no angst. There's no depression. There's no, it's honestly top to bottom. Every song is just about fun and about having fun and enjoying this culture that we're involved in.
We put the fun in funeral is what we like to call it, because when you come to one of our shows, you think, okay, maybe I'll stick around for a song or two, and I was like, I will say goodnight to you because you cannot leave once you start a Rhythm Coffin Monster Rock and Roll show. First of all, Ashes and Scary, the Ghoulie Girls Extraordinaire, we just dazzle up the show and enhance our professional musicians. We're really just a power trio. It looks like we got a lot more going on, but it's just three awesome dudes playing musical instruments and two hot chicks singing and dancing. But we are the spooky icing on the cupcake, and we bring this show to life. Ashes and Scary, we work with the audience. We get audience participation. We like you to come on up. We like to throw heads at you. We like to go out and dance with you. We like to throw great big cockroaches at you. We got so much fun going on that there's no way you're going to want to leave a show until the very end, and we monster mash you on the way out. So, yeah, we put the fun back in funeral. That is our slogan.
Oh, they also sing on every song, too. They sing on every song, and they each have their own songs that they sing. They're not just icing. They're definitely part of the band.
They are
separated from every band, yeah. They're full-blown members. They're not just side props that come in. They are full-blown band members. That's another thing that separates us. Our backup vocals are just as strong as our regular vocals, and our backup vocalists each are lead vocalists. So it's very nice to have, for variety. In a short set, you're going to hear songs from at least three different people, and as soon as Russell gets going here, you can hear songs from four people. But
we function as one unit. Yes.
Oh yeah.
Watch out, Guar.
Oh my God.
Oh yeah. See, we're even a little bit more fun than them. I mean, Guar have a good time there, but we don't make fun of anybody. We don't have anything other than just, if you're a zombie, you're going to learn to dance, or maybe get your head chopped off or the head mop. We're going to keep humans safe. We're going to have a cool time. We're going to leave this monster rock and roll party and come back to the next one. It's just, it's all fun. All ages love it. Little kids love it. Drunk old people love it. It's a cool, fun time. No, just saying, we are lucky. We do have a lot of nice crossover. We can play at a punk show. We can play at a metal show. We can play, when there's in just the regular things that come up. It just goes over well everywhere. We're very fortunate and lucky that people do get it, because we aren't trying to do anything other than be fun. We're not trying to be heavier than Slayer. We're not trying to be more political than Rage. We're not trying to do anything other than, hey, we're right here, right now. Let's have a cool time. You can dance with these girls. You can sing along with everybody. You can throw some heads at your buddy. It's just nothing but fun.
Yeah.
Before we get into the album, how crucial is it for this band's theatrical side with the show that you guys put on?
There would be no band without the theatrical side.
Yeah.
The songs stand up on their own. I mean, the songs are always written first. There's not like a prop waiting for a song. So the show, it's very important. I mean, sometimes we can't have the confetti or the fire, but we still put the show out. You know, it's still a great time. You know, the music is there, the dance is still there, the energy is still there. But it's just like, it's like anything. I mean, if you want to like a hamburger, you can have the cheeseburger a little bit better with the extra stuff. There's no gimmick that's, it's along the lines of Kiss, where it's like, if you don't like the band, you're not going to like them because Gene blows fire. You know, you're not going to pay $600 for your ticket just to see that. You have to like the music and the songs, and it all works together. So it's crucial, but it's not first. I mean, it's just part of it. The song is as important as the show.
I feel like you can't have one without the other with this sort of thing, where it's like, we're never going to take the makeup off.
We're not going to do an acoustic show, no.
And, we're not going to take the makeup off and do an acoustic show or anything like that, but we're also not going to go on stage without that stuff either. Like, they really are, like, one and together kind of thing. You can't have one without the other at all.
Yeah, it's like going to Disneyland without seeing all the characters in character.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I mean, we're always going to be the Rhythm Coffin in that aspect. But, I mean, we can simply come out and play a song and have a good time. Like, Michael, some TV show wants us to come out, we can play a song. It'd be better if we can come out and do the Headless Head Bop and blow fire and have everything else. But it's still going to be great. So there's just an energy level there that works. And our look is, it fits the music. So it's always, even if we are just playing the song, we look like we're doing something.
So what's impressed each of you or excited you guys the most about making the EP Monster on My Back, if anything? Is there anything that sticks out for each of you on this EP?
Well, for me, the new song Monster on My Back is just thrilling. And the fact that we get the guest vocalists, Nick knew and worked with, Calico, Beasto Blanco, and Davey Suicide. We played Davey Suicide a couple of shows and just at conventions and stuff. But Nick hooked up those guys to come out and did this, do some vocals with it. And that turned out, we knew it was going to turn out good, but it turned out better than we'd even hoped for. It's just amazing. It's going to drop Friday the 13th, and that's probably what's really going to carry the album out. Once you hear that, then you're going to realize everything else on it. It's got a good mix of rock and eclectic stuff. It's got a holiday song on it, so it's just all new, fresh, and classic all at the same time.
I'm loving the energy of it. It has great high energy and very fun to dance to.
Yeah, definitely. I liked how we branched out a little bit too with this one, where we all the songs typically were like drums, guitar, bass, and then vocals, and the vocals were layered with Gruesome singing and the Ghoulie Girls singing their songs and their parts within each song and everything. But on this one, we kind of stepped outside of that just a little bit and added. We played with it. Yeah, we added a lot to it. So like we played with that a little bit on the last record with A Famous Monster I Want to Be, where we added a few more layers of extra vocals and gang vocals, where it was not just the Ghoulie Girls doing their parts, but we tucked some other vocals with Derek and I in there and stuff like that. And on this one, we went even further with it, where it was like, okay, now everybody's singing on almost every song. And we're adding percussion to a couple of the songs, and we're changing some of the tones of our instruments to better match the vibe and the feel. Like that song Garrick mentioned that was Sleep When I'm Dead. We changed the tuning of the drums and even what drums I even used for it, just to capture more of a reggae feel. Then when it came time to do the title track with Monster on My Back, that one we again changed the tuning of everything just to better match the feel of that individual song. Every song on this was kind of tailored from the ground up to be specific to that song versus specific to an overall composition, but it still sounds like an overall composition because it's the five of us. Like, that's what I got excited about, is how we were like, you know what, we've never added this to a song before. What if we pull that out today,
I'd like to talk about what I like about the album. The variety of songs is so awesome. It's just a neat, eclectic little mix, and it doesn't kind of have so much to do with, the next song be the next song, but it's just an exciting variety of flavors. And my favorite one is, not to give it away, but I'm just saying there's some pretty exciting things coming up on this CD. And it's 6 songs, but as soon as you play the whole thing, you're just going to want to play it again. It's just got that kind of grabs you right in. It's just that spectacular.
Well, I think you could say the name of the song you're talking about there, Mr.
Oh my God, can I? The Season's Spectacular Gritty?
Yes.
Yes.
One of my favorite songs.
We're covering all bases, not just having Halloween-themed songs on there, but now we have Halloween-themed Christmas songs.
Yep. Keeping the Halloween season all seasons long.
One
Working
holiday
on
at a time.
St. Patty's song and
Oh my
that'd
God,
be
we
fun.
do need a
Oh.
St. Patty's song.
Yeah, we didn't talk about a freaking leprechaun. 99, like that movie.
Well, we got our St. Valentine's Day song, My Baby Digs Me is what I call it.
Right.
When St.
We got
Valentine's Day
that
comes
one.
around. So, yeah.
Yes.
That's it. We need a St. Patty's song.
Even absolutely we do.
fall in love.
Yeah. Well, yeah, what did Frankenstein's monster want? He just wanted the bride. That's it. That's probably just partially why he was deemed insane. But no, it was true love.
How long did it take to write and complete the EP?
Well, the writing was, some of the songs were a little bit older that we just had time to record now, so it wasn't all just, from like a March to a June or anything. But the recording was done, we did all 5 songs in one day. We just went in and it was going to be a 10-hour session. It ended up being a 12-hour session, and we did all vocals, drums, guitars, all basic tracks in one day. Went back another day and mixed it. Then we got the guest vocals to confirm. We set up that. We had to go back one more day, have them come do their vocals. Then we did another mix on that after the vocals were there, and that was it. So it was pretty quick, that aspect. I mean, we'd rehearsed the songs for just a few months. It's just, the studio time mostly was for us is to get in there and just get it done. I mean, it's just, like I said, we lined it up. We got the drums down. We all played live to that, so it gets a good good feel. Then everybody lays their parts down. The vocals come in, and then we work with a great engineer, Eric Reneker. It's just a joy. I mean, it's quick and easy. I mean, no Chinese democracy stuff here. We don't have the budget, and it's really not rock and roll, I mean, it's just...
Well, having prep time beforehand, like you said, working on those songs for a couple months leading up to going into the studio really, really helped too, because we were able to dial in everything we wanted the way we wanted it. So when we show up that day, it's like, no, we're set. Here we are. Let's just do it the same way we did it last night and the night before and the night before,
Yeah, no, think about it. We did take about a month or two before we went in to record it. I remember working on the vocal, and we just find the vocal parts. We did the harmonies for like Monster on My Back and different harmony parts where we're going to come in and the starts and different stuff. So we did a lot of preparation, did a lot of homework. And then when the day came, it was just, we knocked it all out, and it's pretty impressive. I mean, not to pat ourselves on the back, but not many people do 5 songs in one day, vocals included. So that was, and it doesn't sound like it. It sounds, as good as anything. So it's, very happy with it.
And plus, you guys self-produced this EP. Do you guys like having the freedom to do this when you want to do it and not be under pressure to get something out quick and under a time limit?
I would love to know the difference. I mean, I would love to be under the pressure of $1 million budget, but it is nice to no, it is all DIY, and again, it's we plan it, so we're doing it, and it's we're doing it because we want to do it, because we want to spread the monster rock and roll word word around and music around and let everybody have a cool time. But there's no reason to not do things that you can do. So it's we're not signed or anything, but we treat it like we are signed. Everything we do is as if we were signed. We're ready to be signed if a good thing were to come along, something like that. Have a nice budget, but again, there's no reason to stop doing stuff you want to do and you can do. So again, we just find the money for it and make it happen. And
I don't think anyone else would get it. Like, if we were to bring an outside producer in on this sort of thing, it'd have to be someone really specific who understood what we were doing and got it. Like, the 5 of us are all really on the same page of the direction, the message, what the band's all about, what sort of self-inflicted parameters we've put on our creative process and our outcome from it. And it'd be really hard to find someone else who understood that or got it and would come in and not, try to change what we're doing based on something more formulaic or something that they have more experience doing, because I feel like we would just be sitting around going, you don't get it, dude. Like, this is what we're this is what we're about. This is this is how we write a song, and this is what we sing about, and this is the context that we give it, and this is,
we don't have a DJ because we can't find one. nothing wrong to that type of music and everything, but yeah, we're as current as we want to be as far as that type of stuff. Like, and so it's
Yeah, I don't know that it would work.
I think the only person or persons that would have the capability or capacity of understanding who we would be either Prince, who is gone, rip, and Danny Elfman. I think Danny Elfman, because he has a very cartoonish sound to his music, and we are very cartoonish in real life, and so does Prince. But I can't honestly see anyone else working with us that would probably have a corporate vibe to them.
Yeah, I can't think of anybody that would get it by coming in, listening to all the previous material we've done, and then try to help us make a new record and be like, yeah, let's try this, and we'd all be standing around going, that's not the Rhythm Coffin, man.
Yeah, it's like when old bands try to come out like a revamp and they try to sound like everybody on the radio, and it just doesn't sound good.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I cringe when I hear that, and I'm like going, just stay fucking retired. Just stop. Stop.
Or write an old song, but don't just,
We're Motley Crue, and now we're going to try to sound like Avenged Sevenfold. No.
No. Not so much.
No. Was it hard to choose between the current set of songs, which one would be the first single you wanted to release or push first, or was it hands down Monster Mash featuring Calico Cooper and Davey Suicide?
It was pretty much hands down. Once they were confirmed, they're just, they're at another level than we are. So hopefully we can get some of their fans, and then some of their fans will join us, and vice versa. But it's just what everybody needs to hear right now. Keep your holiday just a little bit more fun, more Halloweeny in your Halloween. There's if you don't like the Monster Mash, there's something wrong with you.
That's exactly right.
There's always that. Everybody can have their own opinion, but how do you not like the Monster Mash by somebody's version? And ours is pretty true to the Bobby Morse, the original one. So it's just fresh, with the new recording and the three vocals. And our Ghoulie Girls are fantastic on their oo-wops. But,
we truly are. We sound amazing.
Yeah. I think we had one, maybe two conversations about the arrangement of songs on the record, and we were all pretty much on the same page of like, no, this is how it should work. This will be best.
Yeah, just a Monster Mash sandwich.
Monster Mash is already a hit song. We just gave it an updated version, in terms of recording quality.
We've been playing it for at least 9-10 years. We call it the national anthem of monster rock and roll. We close every show with it, just like Kiss closes it with, Rock and Roll All Night. It's the very last song of the night, and we introduce it as the national anthem of monster rock and roll. And everybody gets up, gets monstery, gets mashy, has a great time. We have one of our artist friends made some big monster heads. They're about 3 feet tall, of Frankenstein, Vampire, Dracula, and the Wolfman. And they come out and they dance as they're introduced in the songs. And everybody, of course, loves that. They come out and they dance along. So, literally, when we do that, everybody in the room is monster mashing. Or they're taking a picture of their friend monster mashing. But it's just, people dig it. It's so much fun.
and I'm like you guys. How can you not like any versions of the Monster Mash? I love the Misfits version because I'm a huge Misfits fan. But I like this version, too, that you guys have out. And I like the original version. So it's all good music.
Oh, yeah. It all comes from the source. It's fantastic. And if you're doing it, you're really not doing it from any bad way. Mm-hmm. You're doing it for fun of your own way. So that's what fun is all about.
Yeah.
There's a techno version.
Are they really?
Is there?
Is a techno version?
I don't know.
Is there a version like that?
I don't know. I'm going to look it up now.
I guarantee they are. Hell, why not just do a bluegrass version of it? There you go. Just throw that out there.
Oh, man. I'll play the Juice Heart.
I'm waiting for the Korean speed gospel.
For all of you, what do you hope everyone takes away from the Monster Mash single, or message you hope they hear while listening to it, or just any of the Rhythm Coffin's music in general? What do you guys hope that everyone takes away from your music once they listen to it?
A T-shirt and a sticker. No.
Buy our merch.
No.
Sign us.
Just as I do, I always at the end of the show too, have more fun more often. Just, have a great life so you'll have a great afterlife. We even have one song called Undead Deja Vu, which is like, if you don't have a good life, you might not have a good afterlife. So don't mess around, man. That's about as preachy as we get. Have a good time, But, just more fun more often for everyone. That's, enjoy our music. Remember, people still do play instruments. All music is good. It's different strokes for different folks. But we tend to, tend more to the older stuff where people are playing instruments and people are singing. There's nothing wrong with everything else. But this is just, what we like in our niche, and it's just, as good as everybody else's niche. So that's pretty much it.
I feel like you're never too cool to have fun, and you're never too old to have fun. And we live in a world where we want to be grown up and stop having fun and playing and pretending. And I think our music should encourage play, pretend, having fun, as we've mentioned so many times. And I think people should just take it away from that like that. And I really hope one day our music is featured in some kind of movie or cartoon. That'd be cool.
Yeah. Sure.
Now, what I hope people take away from the Monster Mash single is when you play that song, I want you to feel like you are 10 years old again, and it's Halloween, and you make your own costume, and you're going out trick-or-treating, and you're going to get a whole bag of candy, and you eat it all and get a tummy ache, and you're so excited you can't wait to get started. I want you to feel like when you were 10 years old and Halloween meant the world to you. Because I will share this with you.
That's
as
beautiful.
a ghoulie girl, I feel like a 10-year-old on Halloween when I perform every single show. I am that excited. I am ready to burst at the seams. It is that exciting, and I want everyone to remember that great feeling you had when you were a kid, because you're never too old to feel that. So feel that this Halloween, especially after you play the Rhythm Coffin Monster Mash.
I want this whole record to be like the soundtrack at everyone's Halloween party this year. And
yes.
You know what I mean? Like, there's you can't lose with it. Yeah, if you just have a Rhythm Coffin playlist on, like, your Halloween party set.
Yeah, you're already lose. You already lost.
So let's talk about this. The artwork that was done by Aiden, and I hope I pronounced the last name correct. Casserly, is that correct?
Casserly.
Casserly, okay.
Casserly.
Did you just say right? In Casserly, yeah.
Casserly, all right. So
I'm saying it wrong.
how was Casserole, David? How was working?
I called him Aiden Castleberry for like 2 years, so don't feel bad.
So how was working?
Oh my God.
Well, we just mostly call him the Monster Man because he has so many monsters on stage for us. He's, like I was saying, he's the Monster Mash Frankenstein, and he's also the creature for Famous Monster, and he's also a hunchback for the Headless Head Bop. He's also the Wolf Man for the Werewolf Walker, and I'm pretty sure he's the Invisible Man in one song, but I didn't see him at all. So he's all over the place. Yeah.
He's our artist. He's just an amazing, talented guy, and we're super fortunate to know him and have him as part of our crew. He's amazing.
Aiden Casserly Art is his webpage, and he does a Spacula is another one of his famous, the world's worst superhero, I think he's called.
Supervillain. I think he's the world's worst supervillain.
Yes. But yeah, he was kind enough to draw a picture of me one day and sent it to me on Facebook, and of course I fell in love with it and showed it to the band, and everybody wanted one, and we got him to draw the band, and then we just drew into some buttons posters, and then when it came time to do a CD, it just seemed like a natural thing to do. He did our artwork for In My Grave, the first one he did with us, and everybody just loves it. As new band member comes in, they get to become a cartoon character, so that's always fun. And yeah, it's just it's an extra little element again where it just gives you that this is a fun kind of a thing. This is Kiss meets the Ramones meets the B-52s meets Scooby Doo. It's just fun stuff. I mean, you're already a cartoon character. You can already have your Scooby snack. So it's written. It's all thanks to Aiden. So it's he did the In My Grave album. He did the Famous Monster album, Famous Monster I Want to Be, and he just did the one now, Monster Man Back. And he's had the albums done before he had the Famous Monster one done before I did my vocals. He was in the studio with us just hanging out. He had the concept done, and Don is like, hey, do you want this for your album cover? I'm like, I haven't even done my vocals yet. I'm just doing guitar work. Yeah, so it's just amazing to have that kind of support and belief in the band from him. I mean, he's a fan as much as he is a member. I mean, he's a great person to have on the team and just around. I mean, he's a naturally spooky person. He gets everything we do, and check out his artwork, check out his books, check out his stories. It's fun stuff.
We love you, Aiden.
Like a couple years ago, I think it was like 2 years ago, he did as like a Christmas present for us. He did the whole scene from Charlie Brown's Christmas where they're all on stage dancing instead of rehearsing their Christmas pageant kind of thing. Mm-hmm. And he drew each one of us as a member of the band on stage playing as Peanuts characters. And he
I get to be Snoopy.
Yeah, and he also did all of our other crew members that help us out with the live show and stuff like that, and drew all of us as Peanuts characters for a Christmas present. And like when I have it framed in my house, and when I got it, like I almost cried. I was like, I'm Schroeder, but instead of a little piano, I had a little drum set, and I was like, oh my God, this is the most amazing thing I've ever seen.
Oh. So cute.
Do you guys still see this band musically growing from where it started, or has it just been more of a personal growth for each of you involved with the Rhythm Coffin?
Probably a little bit of all of the above. It's some band members are really just brand new, just a few months. Well, helped known us for a while, did a couple things, came back and helped out a Rabbit Russell guy. But it's actually, I mean, it stemmed from just me being a one-man band with a drum machine and a coffin behind me. So the growth of it has been quite a lot. I mean, it's been a long time for that, but it's for the full band. It's a growing thing. I mean, we keep it. Again, it's one of the things you don't want to lose anybody. It's not like anybody that's ever liked it can always like it. Even if you like the first CD, you're going to like the next one. There's growth, but there's not change. You know, in a good way.
Yeah, I would have to agree with that. I mean, Garrett, you've had this band going for like 15 years at this point, and you know there's sometimes lineup changes and stuff like that, but you're still at the core of it. It's your thing that you started, and you know, as long as the backbone is there, then all the flavoring that comes in on top in the form of adding this person to the lineup or maybe having to switch somebody out or something like that, the music's still there. The music's still the music. It's still the same monster rock and roll it always was from day one, but you get a little bit different flavor on top or a little bit different icing on the cake here and there, and it's all good. It's like ordering pizza and getting a variety of toppings on it. At the end of the day, it's still pizza no matter what, and it's still good.
No, yeah, thank you. It has worked out nicely. I mean, and you know, bringing fresh blood into the band has always turned out into a positive thing. I mean, nobody's really ever left the band in a bad way. You know, a couple of people have been asked to leave, but just anybody else that has ever left has always either moved out of the country or just, you know, went into family, did something else, left the state. There's never been just, you know, musical clashes of people that just you know, decided to hate it or do something against it. It's really just, you know, some things happen or something like that, but things go on. And like I say, I just keep going, keep writing. It's fun. The backbone is frightfully fun, I should say. And it's just fortunate to work with the people that come and add their own flavor to it. I mean, what Ashes brings is completely different from what Erie brought, but it's equally on par. Everything is so great. I mean, just to see the growth from my side is just amazing. I mean, to see what these songs become and everybody gets to put their parts on it, it's just it's a dream come true. I mean, it's just what you want. I mean, great people liking what you do and adding their own personality to it to even make it better. I mean, what's not to like about that?
For each of you, do you like to do anything differently during the writing and recording process? And I know that's two different concepts, but to maybe help you keep your mind fresh and open, to not get bored, to not get stale with this, which I know you guys love what you do, but do you do anything that helps you to relax and do that possibly when you're coming into the recording studio?
Mostly don't relax. No.
Gary, you never relax.
We've done so much homework for ourselves. It was just happy to be there in time to do what we're ready to do. It's
nice to always be prepared.
Yeah, I mean, we're ready for everything else, for all contingencies. But it's pretty much, you know, we know our parts, we know what we're gonna do. We're not going to try something different at the last minute, mostly, you know, budgetarily and musically. I mean, it's just, if we wanted to try something, we had done it, you know, before we went in. So it's just ready to go.
It's all kind of figured out ahead of time. So,
Yeah, I mean, it has to be at our level in the DIY status. I mean, some bands, they go into the studio and they just start recording and they pick the pieces they like, and that's a fine way to do it, too, if you have that opportunity and option. But most people, it doesn't work out. They have their iPads in at home, and you record at home and do that way. It doesn't turn out to be a lot of great albums. Like people claim when, we just went to the studio and wrote this today. We recorded it was a hit this evening. That doesn't really happen too much. So, it's, getting your songs down again in the DIY level, and it's even better. Most professional bands don't want to waste time in the studio. I mean, the days of jacuzzis and coke piles are pretty much gone, as those studios and record labels. But it's the music is really, for as bad as the music industry has gotten, the people that still do the music really do it because they want to do it. I mean, you're not going to probably make a gold or platinum album so much anymore, but you can still make good music, have somebody hear it and appreciate it, and go out and support it and play it. So that's the true artists and people who really want to do it are still doing it. So that's good for the people who are listening and audience, because people who are just doing it, to make a quick buck or to go with today's fashion it's so much harder to make a buck that way that I think a lot of the stuff has just fallen off, even though there's a lot of music that doesn't reflect my ears, but
for each of you, what made you want to become a musician? What was that spark for you guys that said, yeah, that's what I want to do?
I'll tell you, Motown, man. When I was growing up, when I started hearing Motown, I loved it so much. I wanted to sing it, dance it, be it. That put the spark in me forever, and I have been a singer and a dancer my whole life. Not professionally, just more like in the graveyard. But yeah, that's what inspired me since I was knee-high to a graveyard. I was always interested in music, and I love it. It's in my blood.
I grew up, I was born already singing, so it was an anomaly. But I knew that I was blessed with the gift of song, and I wanted to utilize that blessing and share it with others. And it was a lifelong dream to be a rock star as a kid. And I remember my first album that helped me break out of my shell and be a little more confident in myself. When I was in the 6th grade, going to 7th grade, there was a CD called Bratz Rock Angels. Bratz, they were these dolls that everybody was obsessed with. Now it's Monster High.
Yep.
But Bratz Rock Angels broke me out of my shell, and it just made me the person who I am today. And I always said that I hope one day that I could live my dream and share it with, kids and help them achieve their dreams one day. And I'm glad that I have that opportunity to do that now because it's happening.
For me, it was just, I think the first time I got myself in front of a piano and discovered that I could just kind of naturally play music and how that made me feel. Ever since then, I've always just wanted to be a part of music in some way. So every chance I get to play an instrument, I always have. And to tie it in with this band, I've always loved horror movies and horror. And so here's a chance to kind of marry my love of horror music, lighthearted horror, and music, and here we are.
And music is a beautiful thing, so the opportunity to even be involved with it is pretty awesome, if you ask me.
Yes, very much so.
I grew up kind of in a musical family, so I didn't really have a choice in being a musician. My dad is a guitarist and owns a guitar repair business, and so I grew up in a music store, like hanging out, learning about guitars and learning about instruments and stuff like that. And then on my mom's side of the family, everybody was a drummer, like all of them. There's nobody on my mom's side of the family who didn't own a drum set or play in school or something. So I just kind of I inherited the family business basically of like, no, you're gonna play music, and that's what you're doing. That's what we do in this family.
That's awesome.
I come at it from more of a fan. I was just such a fan. I was wanted to be a part of it somehow, and lucky some friends of mine play guitar. And one day I got to play their guitar, and it's the old E-chord junkie story. Taught me how to play the E-chord, plugged into a distorted amp, and once I heard that, it was like, I can do this, then I can do that, I can do the A and E, and it was done. I mean, that was all I wanted to do, was just play guitar and just be part of that. It's just like music's the only thing that makes sense. And I'm not even a natural music person. I mean, I can't read music and transcribe stuff like that, but it makes sense. I mean, it's just the feel, the flow. It's just, the rock and roll. I mean, the Chuck Berry, Little Richard, Buddy Holly stuff, that's just the core again. I mean, that's the stuff that just keeps you, it's got a great beat. It just fits your heartbeat and just makes you want to do it. And now that I can do it, it's just, I don't ever want to stop. mean, I play every day. Even just even just watching a bad movie, I'm just playing guitar, just keep the fingers loose. It's just, I'm just waiting for the next riff to come out. Just the love, just addicted.
Mm-hmm.
Is there a country that stands out or shocks you guys that the Rhythm Coffin gets support from, or your music gets played in that area, possibly?
Oh, we've got international fans. We have got international fans. One of our biggest fans, a gentleman down under in Australia, he buys all of our CDs, our custom shirts. He plays our music all the time, just with his local friends. He doesn't have a radio station or nothing, but he spreads the good word. And we've got some friends in Germany that play our music. We've got friends in South America. So we've got friends a little bit all over the world. We are quite international because people love monsters everywhere. That's just not the United States. It's a global phenomenon that people love monsters. So we're lucky we are well received all over the world.
It is flattering when you get somebody from another country who likes something or wants to buy a CD or is in town and wants to see if they can see you. It's just like, oh, wow, thank you, Internet. You're really doing your job. I mean, this is like, it's just, you're really sharing somebody. And, again, somebody who never met you. That was one of the things, too, I always told band members in the beginning was like, this band's got to get past your friends because your friends got to come out and support you, but you got to start having people who don't know you and will like you just, from like, hey, what's that from around the corner? Let's go check it out. And when that happens from around the world, it's amazing. Yeah, if you have somebody just, in their day and all of a sudden they hear a song, it's like, what was that? And then they also, like, the people like and new band members have gone back and said, how come we're not doing these older songs and these other things? Like, oh, wow, you're really looking into this. So it's incredibly flattering when people from across the world, granted, we're not huge around the world, but anybody, even just, the few people that we know and their friends.
Right.
It's, it's a great feeling, yeah.
Oh, yeah, for sure. I mean, just to get that email from somebody saying, hey, I dig your music, and they're from, I don't know, Pakistan or Mexico or somewhere like that. I mean, that speaks volumes, man, honestly.
Oh, yeah, nothing thrills my heart more when I watch an Iron Maiden video in a country like India, and there's a 10-year-old Indian girl that knows every word to every Iron Maiden song.
Yes.
That's like, I have faith in the world. The world might just survive. It's just like, all right, okay.
Yes.
I mean, that kind of stuff. Yeah, music just no bounds, no lines, no colors, doesn't ask questions. You like it. You pick whichever band you like and you go with it. It doesn't matter if you're hip hopping or you're heavy metaling or you're rock and rolling. As long as you're doing something with music, it's probably going to be good. I mean, there's a few bad examples of people, obviously, with negative everything. But all in all, the broad strokes, if you're doing something enjoyable with music, you're going to have a great time, a better life.
Speaking of that, you guys have been around for a while with this band. When you see, like, generations of families coming to your shows and they're bringing their kids now to your shows, what's it say for you guys? I mean, what goes through your mind when you're seeing it, when they're actually bringing their kids now to the show to see you all?
Well, we don't quite have such generations like a KISS generation thing. We've got more of just, younger, smaller fans. Like, somebody might bring their kid who was 5 and now is 10 to come to the show and stuff like that. But it's fantastic because, again, they get it. I mean, we did things the past couple of years at this place called Ghost Train where families and kids coming by to play, it's a family event. And little kids who've never seen us come out there and they're dancing to our songs. First time they heard them, they're following the Ghoulie Girls. They just get it. It's, again, it's a natural, fun thing. There's no questions asked. You don't have to, associate to any political thing. You just come out there and you hear that rock and roll beat. It's like, my knees are bouncing, my hips are swaying, but these words are easy to sing along. Those girls are showing me what to do. I'm having a good time. It's, and then with little kids, I mean, they don't have to like stuff. Some people come out to support for whatever reasons and stuff, but when little kids who could easily be running around to mommy's legs or do anything else come running up to you, that's always a good sign. I mean, it's fun. And some people don't think, kids matter that much in their thing, or it's a bad thing, but having the honesty of a kid like your music is a good testament, I think.
Oh,
I mean,
yeah.
when I was a kid, I knew what I liked. So.
Oh, for sure. For the each of you, is there a band on the bucket list that you would like to work tour with, or maybe do an old school album split with, possibly?
Oh, wow.
That's a loaded question.
Yeah.
Well, everybody's got pipe dreams, and or like that. Yeah. I think, for myself, I mean, anything with the classics like a KISS or an Alice Cooper, or even as modern as a Rammstein would be fantastic. But probably, KISS or Alice Cooper, but again, I would see where it would even fit in. I mean, I guess I could see Alice Cooper just because he's a single guy. I don't see where KISS would have any room for me, but or us. But it's to do those kind of things, would be just be mind blowing. I mean, just to have the stuff we were doing with Davey Suicide and Calico Cooper was, the level they are was just, so flattering and so just amazing to have them just come on out. We didn't pay them. They just were asked. They heard the song. They're like, yeah, that sounds like fun. They've both got stuff to do. It was just so cool that they wanted to be a part of it and did a great job.
I think we would fit pretty well if we were to be an opening act for a tour with Alice Cooper. I think that our theatrical stage show is similar enough to his, and I think it would make it. That would fit best in terms of like a pairing. Would probably be an Alice Cooper kind of thing. We might not be as edgy as he is in certain areas, and maybe we're a little bit goofier and have a little more fun. But I think that it's a closer parallel to something like to his shows, maybe.
Oh yeah, even he says. He's out for more entertainment now, not shocking. Everybody's seen everything now, so we're entertaining, and we're not trying to be shocking or heavy or satanic or anything. That we're just having frightful fun. And he's doing the same thing. It's just, he's got the guillotine and the noose and the little bit bigger budget. But we'll get there.
I think I can't think of a band in particular, but I know Japan would love us to death. We would be so popular in Japan, and there's a lot of actually really cool, horror punk bands out there, and it's kind of crazy.
That's true.
Well, since Gruesome already went with Kiss, I'm going to say we should open up for The Darkness. Ooh, one of my favorite bands. That would be a great band to open up for. But my first choice would be I'd love to open up for Kiss because it would go like this. Paul would call me up and say, "Hey, Scares, what are you doing this weekend? Is your band available? You guys want to open?" I'd be like, "Oh my God, Paul, I've been waiting for this phone call my whole life," and then boom, we have the gig. That's how it goes in my mind. But I picked Kiss first, but since Gruesome picked that, I'd say The Darkness. But
of course, my band would be Rammstein, but.
They'd be awesome. I'd pick those two. Ashes is not wrong, man. We would do a little Rammstein tribute in one of our songs. If you come to see our show, we got a little ba-ba-ba thing. You'll be like, oh, man, we're doing the Rammstein, no way.
I just want to say that I am so proud of that. I've practiced the Tilhammer all my life. I hope he sees that, actually, yeah.
Do each of you have a go-to album or song that just let you escape when you were young, or maybe now do you have that album or go-to song possibly? Still today, maybe.
Oh, man, should I go first? Because I am just bursting into scenes over here.
Go for it.
Because he totally knows what I'm going to say.
Go for it.
The album I love from top to bottom is Johnny Taylor, The Chronicles. And why? Because one, it's literally the best album on the face of this earth. If you hadn't heard it, I'm sorry for you. Go buy it today. And I will share this with everybody. It's a little Monster Rock and Roll secret, but when Gruesome and I are getting our faces on, that is the album that we play to get Monster Rock and Roll ready. Yeah, no, it's not spooky. It's not gruesome. It's not, but it has got soul and groove, and it gets us in the Monster Rock and Roll mood. And we play it from top to bottom. We both love all 20 songs, and that is the album. And seriously, if you've not heard it, go out and get it. Johnny Taylor, The Chronicles, my favorite album.
We've also been known to put our makeup on to the Rocky Horror Picture Show and ABBA.
That's our backup.
That is a big
That's the backup. Yeah. But when we search Johnny Taylor, and it's like, oh, here goes Scary. That is correct.
I don't know. Yeah, I guess it's a little more silly. I mean, that's it's just if there's something I'm hardly ever down, but sometimes you just want to be extra. If you put on Sugar Sugar by the Archies or Elephant Walk by just fun songs, Yeah, Dancing by Yourself songs, just Giving Up on Giving a Fuck by the Darkness, one of those kind of things. But no, there's I've listened to music, I love music, but I don't really use it so much as there are times if I'm sad I don't usually wallow in it. If I'm happy, there's so many stuff to choose from, so it's really not a go-to. It's Monster on My Back. It's what I'm going to now. That's what I play the most. I just love that song. But
I like Disney soundtracks. I like film soundtracks. So it depends, like what Nick said. It depends on the mood, and or if I feel really dark, I'll go to like death metal or symphonic metal. I think symphonic metal really helps me get in the mood, especially with my songs, because I have to reach a guttural and screeching threshold in my voice and make sure that that's well exercised. So I listen to a lot of Dimmu Borgir or stuff like that.
That's how you say that? Dimmu Borgir.
Demon Burger. Demon Burger.
I always say that name wrong.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever said that correctly.
Folks, you want to get out and pick up the Rhythm Coffin's new EP that's coming out October 1st, Monster on My Back. Also, you want to get out and pick up the single Monster Mash featuring Calico Cooper and Davey Suicide, which is going to be available on all major streaming platforms Friday, September 13th. And you definitely want to pick up all this stuff. So, guys, how could folks stay in touch with you all? Buy some merchandise, tour dates, all this good stuff. How can they do that?
Let's see. Merchandise, you can get a hold of us online at the Rhythm Coffin Big Cartel. That's got all our previous CDs. It'll have a new physical CD there. If you're old-fashioned and like the good old physical CD with the CD artwork that you can hold in your hand. And it's got T-shirts, stickers, buttons, and stuff there. Big Cartel, the Rhythm Coffin. Best way online is just probably Facebook or Instagram. I think our website just takes you to those links right now. So that's the best spot. That's where you get the quickest response, the most current stuff.
That was everything, right? Social media, Instagram, Facebook, Big Cartel for the merch, Spotify, YouTube, Amazon Music, Apple Music, Google Plus, all of the things is where you'll be able to get new and old music.
Anywhere you spell it correctly.
Yeah,
spell it correctly, and you'll find us. RHYTHMCOFFIN. It's not plural. There is the in front of it. But yeah, as long as you spell it right, we're going to pop right up there, and you're going to have a lovely choice of some fine older songs and some great new stuff.
And before I let you guys go, would you care to do a promo for the show?
Sure.
Oh, certainly. This is the Rhythm Coffin, and you're listening to BODS Mayhem Hour.
Everybody stick around. We got some great stuff coming up, and you only hear these interviews right here on BODS Mayhem Hour and BODS Mayhem Radio Network. Please go out and check out our Facebook page. It has our podcast link, YouTube link, and soon our Twitch link. And also, please subscribe to our YouTube page. Everything and anything that we do is going to go up on our YouTube page. Please subscribe and like it, because you are not going to be disappointed with all the stuff we got coming up. Plus, check out our podcast and check out the Rhythm Coffin. Pick up their new EP that's coming out October 1st, Monster on My Back, plus new single, Monster Mash, that features Calico Cooper and Davey Suicide, September 13th. So I wish you guys nothing but the best of luck, and you're welcome on here anytime you want.
Thank you so much.
Thanks so much for having us. More fun, more often for everyone.
You're listening to BODS Mayhem Hour.
Follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.